They were celebrating before the results were announced. They feel that an historical injustice has been corrected. In their hearts, they always were Russians. He says the new Ukrainian government calls itself legitimate, but do you think this is illegitimate? We are going home to Russia. And she says, now we will finally belong to a strong country with a strong president. For all the frustration in Kiev and the West, Russia has very successfully changed the facts on the ground. And it's very difficult to see how the Ukrainian government can regain control of Crimea. Earlier in the day, we saw votes piling up in favour of Crimea rejoining Russia. The other option on the ballot sheet was greater autonomy from Ukraine. It wasn't possible to vote to keep things the way they are. Europe and America says this vote is illegal. What do you say?
No one can deprive Crimeans of their right to determine their own future. Many in Europe and the US have double standards. They recognized Kosovo without the approval of Serbia, so they have no right to stop this referendum.
On the nearby streets, Russian military muscle. The Russians already control Crimea, but they hope this vote will give their occupation democratic legitimacy. But in Muslim Tatar neighborhoods, this was a day when many stayed indoors and worried about the future.
We Muslims believe this referendum does not take into account our interests. Anyway, the results are already known. If we'd voted, we would have legitimized it. So it was better not to take part.
The yes to Russia vote was carried along by the enthusiasm of the majority. Dissenting voices were drowned out by relentless propaganda and intimidation. Now the world waits to see if Russia decides to advance further into Ukraine. Barnaby, Phillips, Al Jazeera, Simferopol.